Okay, so you have created one function for adding new customers to the bank. And what you are doing is enter the minimum requirements for getting account. Next items. Scroll down. Keep on scrolling. So is this the end? Page two. This is the end, right? No, no, this is not it. Okay, that's fine. Who is Konda Reddy? Have you done your assignment? Hello. Konda Reddy, am I audible?
Hi, hi Anna. Good afternoon.
Sorry?
Uh, Good afternoon, Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no laptop.
Okay.
Laptop లేదు మన దగ్గర. So,
But I think you should have laptop and you should
uh,
practice things right from time to time.
అవును.
If you are just going through the classes, you won't be able to learn. You have to make get some good hands on with the things which we are covering daily, right?
అవును.
Just try to, or else you can do one thing. You can come to institute right along with Guru so that you can practice
ఓకే.
together.
ఓకే.
Because you won't be able to learn things if you are kind of not doing any hands on day-to-day basis. Varshita, how about you? Varshita, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Varshita.
Yeah, hello.
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 Hello. Yes, Varshita, we're not able to hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, now it's a bit better. Varshita, you can share your screen and show your assignment progress, right? You can just review and
This this last one I didn't solve yet.
sorry.
This last one I didn't solve this.
Okay, like day before yesterday, I have asked for the same thing to you guys that just do this the only assignment using functions, right?
Yeah, I'll solve it by tomorrow. I didn't do it.
It's not about solving the reason why I'm stressing on this is like only this is the only way you can recollect and you can get some good hands on. You're kind of listening to me and going through videos and PPT, like there's no way you can learn things. Okay. I think it's more than a week since I have given this assignment and I have been asking daily you to just show some dedication and seriousness, please. That's the only request from my side. What about you, one? You can just share and display. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let me. I think Guru, what you have done is you have functionized it too much. Okay, we don't need that many functions. Okay, The basic idea of functioning functions is to modularize the code, but over modularization is kind of makes our code ugly. If you see this, what is the total number of lines which we have here? It is 86, right? We don't need that much lengthy code, and it's kind of very complex. The requirement is kind of pretty basic. Okay, so ATM, like withdrawing amount from ATM is a single task. Okay, within that, sorry, ATM machine which I give, it is kind of a single function. Okay, we don't need any utility functions. If the functionality is kind of very large, it's very large, and if our kind of program is exceeding beyond 30 to 40 lines, only then we can go with the new functions. Okay, utility functions. So just remember, functionizing is good, but don't over functionize. Okay, for single line, if you go to the top, you have written function for withdraw money from ATM machine, right? And within that, what you have did, you have given like yeah, customer have given withdraw money, withdraw money. Like you have kind of used so many these nested functions. We don't need those nested functions. Okay, there is no need of those nested functions. And if you see, we need only one global, which will be customers. If you see here, the global keyword is kind of repeated n number of times, which is not required for us. Okay, that's fine. But you tried at least attempting the things. Okay, you kind of understood what function is and what it is. So the inner functions, those are kind of very less used ones. Okay, it's not like we have, since we have covered these inner functions. Uh, it's not like that we should use them. Okay, whenever it's necessity, then we should go with them. So mostly the inner function is to demonstrate the working of decorators, how decorators will work for us. Okay, you have seen you haven't seen decorators, right? Till now. I'll be covering those decorator concepts. Then you will come to know the real use of this nested function testing. Okay. So, like you have to clearly understand the requirement and do the. You are not kind of, you don't need to apply each and every concept which you have learned. Okay. There is no way, even in my 7 years of experience, I have never used many things which I have learned in Python. Okay. Which is necessary, but only that you should use. Okay. But anyways, good one. Guru. You have tried your best. Okay. So let me share my screen. So basically, let's take up this 12th question. I'm solving it for you. Okay. But I'll be giving two more problems which I'll be expecting from each and every one of you. Okay. You have to do it at any cost, or else I won't be proceeding with the further concepts. There is no point in keep on telling things, okay? Because the things which I am discussing from now will be kind of very complex. You should be good at these basics. Only then we can proceed to these advanced concepts. Here we have write a program to create a dummy ATM. This will start with initial balance of 75,000 rupees, right? So basically, we have a ATM machine which is dummy one, and it is kind of having 75,000. Will hold users on their initial balance. Okay. Initially, we'll be storing few users with us. Let me go to my cell. Okay, I have this. I'm having one dictionary which is customer balance, and I'm storing 75,000, right, for each customer. Okay. And here I have one question for you. So we have one dictionary method, right, using which we can pass list of keys and we can kind of assign a single value. Can you recollect what is and let me know? In dictionaries we have seen, right, we can have a single, using single function, we can assign a single value to n number of keys. Like any idea? Just try to recollect. Hmm? Any idea? Stars. Customer. Key and value. Hmm? Customers balance equal to double star. Okay, let me type it. The customer balance is equal to customer double star. I need to have it here, right? Double star. Okay, double star. Customer balance. Okay. PN. What is it? PN value. What will be key and what will be value here? Key will be the name like same as. So can I pass multiple keys over here? It's like just do one thing. Just open up your slide and go back to this dictionary slide and check like how we can assign this multiple like single static key like single value to multiple keys. Just try to recollect. Okay. I think we have covered this, right? So what I wanted here is I'll be taking four keys, four names, and I need to assign 75,000 to each and every key. What will be the method which I can use here? It's not good. I think you have seen like you have seen the same thing in your slide, right? From keys. You might have seen this dict dot from keys, right, in your PPT which I have shared with you. So what that if you check for the one liner over there, what's this from keys is doing, Guru? It's reading creates dict from list of keys with specific value. And even I have given example over there. Dict dot from keys of 1, 2, 3 and M. So what it is doing there for 1, 2, 3 keys, it is assigning single value, which is M, right? Clear. Okay, so I have my initial dictionary with three values. Let's see if it's created properly or not. You see, I have four customers currently with me, which is Ram, Sita, Arun, and Sai. Each is having 75,000 balance with this, right? Now I am going with my function, which will be defined, which will start with define, and function name would be my ATM. Okay. And what are all the things function will be taking here? Will hold users and their initial balances for it. Will ask user to enter transaction type. Okay. So user need to perform some transaction in machine, right? So since we don't have these ATM cards and authentication kind of thing, we'll just go with the customer name. We'll just take the customer name and transaction type, right? And amount is equal to 0. So why I'm taking amount is equal to 0. If we have this thing, I think we don't even need this amount here. We can handle it within our function. So currently we have this customer name and transaction type, right, in function. It will get only two parameters, right? And we are entering into function. Okay. Within function, since I have this customer balance globally, will be applicable for each and every user. So I'll be taking that global customer balance, which I have defined outside the function. Okay. And if I go back to my question now, it will hold users and their initial balances. It will ask user to enter transaction type, which will be one of withdrawal, deposit, and check balance, right? Since we already have function here, we don't need to take input from user because while calling function itself, he'll be giving us input, right? So we don't need to take a function like this here, okay? Transaction type. If transaction type equal to deposit, right? Here we need to take amount from him, how much he wanted to give, right? So I'm asking him to enter the amount, how much he wanted to deposit to his account. Okay. So before that, we have seen one more thing. I think I haven't added this here, right? So if we don't have user with us, right? We don't have user with us, we are adding him, right? With initial balance. So we need to perform that, right? So if we need to check if cust name dot lawyer. Why I'm taking lawyer here? We are maintaining our dictionary with lawyer cases. Even if he is entering in some camel case or in titular case, we'll be converting them to lawyer so that it will match with our dictionary case. Okay. So if customer name dot lawyer, how we can check like whether he is present in our dictionary or which operator we can use? Like index. Huh? Which operator we can use to check if that particular name is present in right in again in my ATM. No, no. In customer. Where will be checking them? Where will be checking customer balance, right? Customer balance. Okay. Will this work now? Will this work or do we need any other things here? Okay. Just be confident about your answer. Okay. No need to if you are confident, just say yes. If you are not confident, just so what we have customer balance because let's say I'm taking one name. So this is what we're trying to do now, right? If you see here, it is giving us false. The reason being we don't have that. Okay. So this is achieving that thing. Why I have taken lower here? If I have this from over here, it's true, right? Because the key exists in our dictionary. If I am taking title or RAM, it will display false. The reason being, as I said, Python will be case sensitive, strictly case sensitive. So you have to be very careful with handling cases. Okay, you can convert it to lower or you can convert it to upper, any one standard case for comparing. Okay, but here only if customer is not present in initial users, then we need to perform the adding operation, right? So will this work like if customer dot lower in customer balance? What this statement will do? Ensure the what like if he is doing there, what it is checking? Customer is present in Git or not. But what we wanted to check? But we need to give the first customer name in the no, what we wanted to check there, like whether we need to check if customer is present in initial dictionary or if he is not present in customer initial dictionary. The checking if he is available in or not customer. Yeah, available or not, right? Yes. So here what we are checking. what in operator is doing. If customer in customer balance, though if condition here is checking if he is present, if he is present, it is checking for this. So if he is present, what we'll be doing, we'll proceed with the rest of the things, right? If he is not present, what we'll be doing, register the customer, we'll be registering him, right? So here I don't need this in condition. If customer not in customer balance, only if customer is not present in my initial registered users, only then I'll be adding him. If he is present, then I'll be proceeding with this remaining steps, right? So if we are taking in condition here, then for this condition, we'll be having one sort of workflow, all the steps, choosing transaction type and displaying balance, saying thank you, everything. And again, we'll be having not in condition as well, right? We are missing out that. So here what I am doing, first I am checking if he is not present. If customer is not present in customer balance, then what I'll be doing, customer balance of Ram is equal to my default value is 75,000, right? I'm adding this. After adding, I'll be proceeding further, right? If wanted, you can display a message. You are new user and with our bank, some any message, okay? So if he is new user, then we are just adding him there and we are kind of doing this, right? And then we'll be moving to the next part, which will be the type of transaction which he wanted to do, right?
చేసి కస్టమర్ రామ్ అనుకునే వేరే ఏదో నేర్చుకోవాలి ఇక్కడనే మనం
Okay, sorry. I missed it. So sorry. This will be custom name, okay? We are taking this custom name here, right? We'll be adding the custom name to dictionary, not wrong. My bad. That's my mistake, okay? And then we have this transaction type. If transaction type is deposit, then we wanted him to provide us some amount which needs to be deposited, right? And what we'll be doing here, customer balance of first name is equal to. So what we are doing basically, whatever amount he is giving us, we are adding with the existing balance, whichever balance we have with against his name, right? So what I am doing here, I am accessing that particular customer's balance from customer balance dictionary and I am adding, okay, I am adding this customer, his deposit amount to this, his current balance and I am assigning it back with his same name. Let's say we have Ram, we'll be taking Ram's balance which will be 75,000 and he is depositing 10,000 and we are assigning this total balance to his name again, right? Clear, right? Till this part. Now I'm done with this transaction type. So now I have second transaction type, which will be even for this transaction type, we can go with lower, okay, to avoid discrepancies. Okay, if it is withdraw, so what I'm doing again, I'm taking the same step happening over here, and I'm just minusing it, right? Because he is withdrawing. So in first step, he is depositing. In when it's withdraw, he is withdrawing money, right? So Next transaction type for us is transaction type dot lawyer. So instead of doing this many times, what you can do here, right? You have this customer name and customer balance, right? You can just convert it one time here. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm taking these arguments which are passed to function and I'm converting them to lawyer here. So now I don't need to do this at each and every place where I'm doing this, right? Because I can avoid this button. See, if you see this customer name, all these places I need to go with that lawyer thing, right? So I can avoid that because I have already converted them in the beginning. So now whatever case we are getting as input, those will be converted to lawyer and we'll be using same thing in our function throughout our function. Okay. Okay, if transaction type is balance query, then what we'll be doing? That's display print your current account balance is. I can go with my string formattings here. Okay, just try to use these formatters as much as possible. Okay, that will kind of help you a lot. Okay, now I am having customer balance of my customer. Okay, I'm just displaying him the customer name, which is the customer balance, right? So what's so far what we have did? We have taken the user, and if he's like we are taking user, and if user is new, then we are registering him. Okay,
Yes.
we are registering him. After registering him, we are checking what is the transaction type, whether it's deposit or whether it's withdraw or whether it's balance inquiry. So based on that, we'll be kind of going with this thing, right? And what we can do here, one more thing. Let me go back to my function. So far, what are all things we have covered? We have covered this part, check balance, right? So we are done with this. Then we are done with this, right? For withdrawal deposit, we have check. If user check balance, balance is displayed. So now we are left with one more thing, which is for deposit and withdrawal, it should ask if user needs to check the balance. If it is yes, then it will display balance on screen. If it is no, then it will say message saying that thank you. Right? So this is the only thing which is left in our function now. Okay. Just go through the function and let me know how we can do that. Just try, give a try how we can do that. You understood, right? What are the things which we have done so far? So just try to check like, is there any way to do this? How we can do that particular? We are left with only one step now, which is we need to ask him if he needs to check balance or not, and based on that, we'll be displaying the balance, right? Just check and let me know how we can do that. We can do it in many ways, okay? There is no single way to do that. We can do it in many ways. The one thing which we need to avoid is we should avoid doing the repeated coding, okay? Should not repeat code. Like we need to like we have to try always to have as many like less lines of code as possible. Okay, so let me do that for you. So in the final thing which is left on this, in case of deposit or withdrawal, we need to ask him for this, right? Whether he need to deposit money or not, right? Sorry, check balance or not. So can do it in two ways. can take input here and you can call this display balance. I can do choice is equal to input. Okay, so after his amount is here, I can print a message for him saying that print of successfully deposited because I have deposited it already, right? So I can just print a message to him saying that it's already been deposited for this thing for your money, right? And then I'm asking him question like, do you need to display your available balance or not? Okay. And his response would be Y or N. Yes or no. Single word. Y or N. Okay. If response is Y, then we'll go ahead and we'll display balance. Right? If response is no, then we won't be displaying balance. Okay. Clear, right? So this will be done in both cases. So we are doing this thing in both a deposit as well as withdrawal, right?
We have so many statements.
Yeah.
That only one will be one.
No, no. Inside if loop, we have this if, right? Inside loop, as long as you have indented them, you are indenting them. All these are part of this if loop only. Only if I am adding something over here like this, okay, within function. This will be outside if, okay. This will be not present in if, okay. It's not like if we'll hold only one statement. You can have some 100 lines of code as well in if. There is no restriction. To see the logical order here, this def is my function. Inside def, you can see this indentation, right? All the code which is single indented will be part of this function only, right? All the code after this def condition which is indented means which is 4 spaces away. All this is now inside def, right? Yes. So all this is part of function. You see this customer balance. This customer balance and def are on same indentation. So this is different line of code. This is different line of code. Okay. Inside this, each and everything here is part of def only, right? Inside this, if this is my if block. Inside if I have this code, right? This is my if. I am checking for condition. If condition is satisfied, you can observe this indentation here. Here we have one tab. Here we have two tabs. So two tabs is nothing but we are inside if, right? Inside if how many lines of code? Like you can give any number of lines. All that fall into the if condition only. Okay. That might be some misunderstanding. So if and else, if else, while for like they can hold any number of lines of code, not a single line.
I thought only if the condition is true, only any one only.
No, no, no. No, no, not like that. If condition is true, as long as the condition is, if condition is true, then code will enter into if block. And in if block, it can print as many, it can do as many steps as possible. Okay. You can do any number of steps within if block, not a single line of code. Okay. Clear, right? So I have now choice in two cases. Okay. I can do in both ways. Within if I can have one more if required. Okay. I'll show both implementations for you. If choice is equal to y, if he wanted to check his balance, okay. Instead of typing, I'm just copying it from here. Okay. I'm just displaying his, okay, in both cases. else if choice is lower, then I'll display that message. If choice is no, like if he's not willing to check, what I can do, I can just display thank you message. Okay, thank you for your transaction. Okay, if choice is yes, I'm displaying his message. If choice is no, I'm just saying thank you, and he'll be exiting from here. Sorry. That is formatted, right? We have seen the string formattings, right? Like if I'm not giving F here, you can see this customer balance of customer name. This will be treated as a string now. If I'm giving F here, that will be treated as a variable. Let me explain it practically here. I think you have to visit all the things which you have covered so far because these are the basic things which I have covered. Right? I think I see a percentage of. No, no, no. There are three. I have given it in three different ways. One is using format, one is using percentile, one is using F string. This is the easiest one of all. Okay. Just go through the slides. I have given it three ways. Okay. You can do that in three ways. For integer percentage. No, no. Yeah, yeah. No, no, not integer. Anything. We have this Python input and output. Let me see if you see here what I have did. This percentile using percentile we can do in this way. Name is percentages and marks are percentile dot 3f. Dot 3f is nothing but this is a decimal number. It is, and I wanted to have only three decimal places, right? Same thing I have done using dot format. Same thing, the step which I have did over here, I have did same thing using this dot format of name comma marks. Right? Both are doing same thing. And the third one, even this thing is doing the same thing. It is also printing name and marks. Here, if you see, I have given F here, and in curly braces, I am directly giving my variable names, which are name and marks. Right? I'm giving name and marks, and for marks, I'm giving this as 0.3F. So you can do it in any way. But this is kind of most preferred way. It is very easy to do this. If you see here, you have to just append F over here and you can do all your logic here. Right? Second thing, we always use only double quotes or single quotes. No, no, you can use anything. Yeah, you can use double quotes or you can use single quotes first thing. There is no restrictions on that. But if you are using single quotes, within single quotes, you won't be able to use single quotes again. Yeah. Same with double quotes. Okay. Okay. Now here I don't need any formatting, right? Or else what I can do here, I have F over here, right? I can display his name as well, right? Which will be cursed name. So this is my function now, which is my ATM, right? So I have made function definition. I have given all the logics which it can do. And now I'm calling my ATM, right? With what will be my customer name from and my transaction type will be deposit initially, right? I'm calling this now. So, or else we can do it, can add one more beautification step here, okay? Print, welcome. We are just displaying one welcome message just to make sure that we are inside function and it's working properly, okay? I'm just having one welcome message which says, welcome customer name. Nice to have you here today. Okay. If I'm doing this same here, you see, welcome Ram. Nice to have you here today. Okay. It's displaying his name and it's asking, since it is already deposit, it is asking amount to deposit. Okay. Let's say I'm depositing 12,000 rupees. Your amount is successfully deposited. And do you need to display available balance? If I'm choosing yes, it will display your current balance is 87,000. Okay. And I can do one thing is to avoid this. Okay. I can further reduce my code because this thank you message will be displayed for anyone at the end, right? So instead of, if you see, I have removed two duplicate lines now. I don't need those duplicates. So if I'm doing same thing again now, I am again depositing 12,000 to my this thing, right? And I'm checking for balance. If you see, your current balance is 87,000. Thank you for your transaction, Ram. Have a nice day. Because if you see here, how the function works based on the if conditions. If one condition is satisfied, it will not enter into other conditions. Okay. So I haven't taken any else or elif here. The reason being I need to check all the possible possibilities here. I can also uh, here I can also go with elif. I can also use elif here. If transaction type is deposit, do that. Else if do this. And also I can have elif transaction type for else. Okay. Can choose from any of the three options. Okay, which will be if what do you say? Deposit, withdraw, or balance inquiry. Let's say I have one more condition where I need to check the input should be any of the three things. If he is entering any other input apart from this deposit, withdraw, or balance inquiry, then the program will throw error saying that invalid transaction type. Please try again. Okay, what how we can do that? Okay. Now I have if transaction type is deposit, do this. If transaction, else if in the sense, if transaction type is deposit, do that. Else if transaction type is withdrawal, do this. And again, else if transaction type is balance inquiry, do this. Okay. And then I have one more final thing, which is else. Okay. If transaction type is not present in these three, like if it is not deposit, withdrawal, or balance inquiry, then I'll show you a message saying that print. What I did, if it is not part of three transaction types, then what I'm doing here, I'm just displaying a message saying, please enter a valid transaction type. Okay. Invalid choice, please enter a transaction type. Okay. Now, if I am giving some other things here, okay, you can see, sorry, invalid choice, please enter a valid transaction type. Okay. Anyways, it has displayed a message saying welcome Ram, and then it is sorry invalid choice, please enter a valid transaction type, and then it displayed thank you for your transaction Ram. Okay.
So here we cannot take initial balance, right? 75,000.
Huh?
We can take only customer balance, only 75,000 we can take, right?
Yeah.
We cannot take initial balance of ATM 75,000.
No, we can take that. Why I have done it here? Let me, if I am moving this to other cell, okay. Now this is my global. This is sitting somewhere in my database in real time. In my real time ATM application, this is somewhere in my database, okay. And this function is kind of can call any number of times. This won't affect my this thing unless until this whole program is restarted. This won't affect my customer balance dictionary. Okay. So if I am how many even I have done it 10 number of times, okay, with depositing money. It will keep on accumulating here. It will keep on adding the money which I am depositing to this customer balance. And it will display the same balance for me here. Okay. So this is the simple ATM program which I have given to cover. So we can kind of keep on complexing it. There are many ways. You can add many, like if you think of real life scenario, can kind of add many number of things to this. Okay. Can kind of keep on adding many number of things to this. Now let's say we have this. If customer name is not in customer balance, then we are adding this, right? After adding only, we are going inside, right? After adding only, we are going inside. Can do this in other way. So if he is a kind of new customer, we'll just register him and we'll just return saying some thank you message so that he'll be exited. He'll just registered. So if he access my program again, my ATM function again, since he is already registered, now this won't be applicable for him, right? So I'm using return at any place inside my function that will terminate my function altogether. Clear? So now only if transaction type is one of these deposit withdrawal balance inquiry will proceed ahead. If it is not, then we can kind of display a message, or else here we can kind of ask him. Can kind of ask him again for transaction type here. Okay. Can kind of ask him again for transaction type, and we can kind of again call our function here. We can call our function within this function again, and we can pass this transaction type and the name which we have already here. Okay, let's try that now. What is my this thing? This is kind of very big complex, so that's why I thought of not covering this. Okay, you'll learn. See, sorry, invalid choice. Please enter a transaction type, and if needed, we can give here the valid transaction types. Okay, which will be deposit, and second will be withdraw, and third will be balance inquiry. So since I am using single quote, it won't allow me to use it again. Okay. So since he has answered incorrect one, then it's asking please enter a valid transaction type, which will be deposit, withdraw, or balance inquiry. Okay. Now I'm entering deposit here, and it will again display welcome from nice to have you here today. The reason being we are again calling the function. If he is entering the correct one, we are again calling the function. If he is entering the incorrect one, we won't be calling this. Okay. Now I am displaying 10,000 rupees and amount is deposited. Now do you need to display available balance? Okay. I can say no. I don't want to check it. So it will say thank you for your transaction. Have a nice day. Right? Clear, right? Now we have this deposited here, right? So again, sorry, invalid choice. Now if I am entering this, it will keep on asking me until I do the correct one. It will keep on asking me until I enter the correct one. Clear, right? This is where we are calling the same function within our function. Okay. So, but don't get confused with this. Okay. We don't need this level of complexity. So, if he's entering invalid choice, just say him the choice is invalid, and he'll kind of again come back. He'll be coming back. So, then further simplify this. Okay. Since this deposit transaction type is also here, we can avoid this as well. Okay. Welcome, Ram. If customer is not present, only then we'll be doing that, right? Then so let me copy it from here. So instead of taking this transaction type in my function, I'm kind of taking this here itself. So even though I have my function with me, I can avoid all these things here. Okay. I can also avoid this customer name here. Okay. And I can take cust name is equal to input, enter your name, right? Now I wanted to convert cust name to cust name dot lawyer, right? Or else I can do it same in this place only, right? Since input of this thing is string, I can convert it to lawyer here itself, right? And transaction type. And now I can remove these two lines here from my function because I am no more taking those arguments. I am within function, I am asking for those arguments. Okay. Now, if I am executing my function again, now it is not taking any arguments. We are just calling my ATM function. Okay. Now, let's say I have given Mahesh. Welcome, Mahesh. It's displayed you are a new user and you have been registered with our bank. Since Mahesh is not present before, now it's registered, right? So now I'm entering deposit. I am depositing some money and I am depositing some 15,000 and my money is deposited. And then I can see, do you need to display available balance? I need to check my existing balance and my current balance is 90,000 since I have deposited 50,000. So I'm calling my this again and my name is again Mahesh, right? Welcome, Mahesh. Since I have already present now, I have already registered my user ID, right? Now is ID asking me. So now I'll be kind of depositing some money again, or else I am withdrawing some money. I'm withdrawing some money and I am withdrawing 1200 rupees from my this. Please collect your money and then I need to check my available balance. Now it is 88,800 because in the previous transaction I have added 12,000 rupees, 15,000, which made my balance to be 90,000. Now I am withdrawing 1200 here. Okay. So this is
మనం ఒకసారి అయిపోయింది మొత్తం పేమెంట్ రిజిస్టర్ అయిపోయింది ఆఫ్టర్ రిజిస్ట్రేషన్ again we are calling the same right then how it will be stored.
That's the reason. If you see here, my customer balance is global. Okay. This customer balance is defined outside my function. If I am calling this function, only this code will be executed, not this one. Right? I am making changes to this global customer balance from my function. I'm just taking this customer balance and I'm making changes to this. I'm not creating it every time. I have created it only once. And I have created only once and I'm not doing anything to that. That is a fixed one now. How many times I may run my this function, this will remain constant. This will remain constant and only the updates, whether it's deposit or withdrawal or whatever things we are performing here, only those keys will be affected in my customer balance.
Here we can take only 75,000 the same amount will all users, right?
Yeah.
If we want to take different
Yeah, you can kind of view it in a different way. Now, since my
also we can mention that the initial balance of the ATM
haha,
when we can withdraw, we can deposit the ATM amount, initial amount will be updated.
1 minute. So this is how you can do. You can just define some normal dictionary with balance. Okay, whether it's if you need to different balance for different users. Since my question is, we need initial balance of 75,000 for each and every user. Hence, I have done this in this way. So ideally, you can do it this way if you need different balances for different users. Okay, that is your first question. Just give me a second. Okay, what is your second question?
If we can take the initial balance of the ATM, right?
Okay.
If we can take initial balance of ATM, when the person is when the person is withdraw or deposit,
Okay.
the ATM amount will be updated according to this user.
According to this user. Now he has 15,000 with him. Okay. Let's say now he has some 1,50,000 in his balance. We have only 3 users now. Okay. And I have this. Now I have this customer balance, which is this thing 15,000, right? And Arun is having 1,50,000 and Sita is having 30,000. Now I'm calling my ATM function. Let's say Arun has visited ATM. Since Arun is already available, displays message, welcome Arun, nice to have you here today. And it's kind of asking for his transaction type. Let's say he need to withdraw some money. So he is withdrawing. How much money? He has 1,50,000 and he wanted to withdraw 56,000 from his account. So he has collected his 56,000. Now he need to check his balance. Now he has 94,000 only because initial balance is 1,50,000 and he has withdrawn 56,000 rupees and now his balance will be 94,000.
ఇట్లా మీరు యూజర్ కస్టమర్ కి వచ్చేసి కస్టమర్ బ్యాలెన్స్ అప్డేట్ అవుతుంది సార్. అక్కడ నేను చెప్పిన కదా సార్, మనం వచ్చేసి ఏటీఎం లో ఇంత మినిమం బ్యాలెన్స్ ఉంటుంది ఫస్ట్ సెట్ చేసిన అమౌంట్. ఇక్కడ ఎప్పుడైతే వీడు తను యూజర్ వచ్చేసి విత్డ్రా చేస్తాడో అప్పుడు ఏటీఎం లో అమౌంట్ అప్డేట్ కావాలి. ఇది ఓన్లీ యూజర్ కస్టమర్ ది మాత్రమే అప్డేట్ అవుతుంది.
ఏటీఎం ఇప్పుడు జస్ట్ థింక్ ఇట్ ఆఫ్ యాజ్ స్మాలర్ వన్ ఆన్ ఎ లార్జర్ పిక్చర్. యాక్చువల్ ఏటీఎం అంటే నీకు ఏటీఎం లో వర్క్ చేస్తున్నావు, ఏటీఎం లో ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ చేసావు, అక్కడ నీకు ఏటీఎం లో అప్డేట్ అవ్వదు అమౌంట్ అనేది. అమౌంట్ అనేది బ్యాంక్ సర్వర్ లో అప్డేట్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, బ్యాంక్ సర్వర్ లో అప్డేట్ అవుతుంది. మీరు చెప్పేది అయితే ఇప్పుడు ఏటీఎం లో ఇంత అమౌంట్ ఉంటది, అది మనము విత్డ్రా చేస్తాం.
దానికి మించి అమౌంట్ 50,000 ఉంటే మనం 60,000 ఎంటర్ చేసాం.
అది దట్ ఈస్ ఏ ఆల్ టుగెదర్ న్యూ రిక్వైర్మెంట్. కావాలంటే మీరు ఇక్కడ ఏం పెట్టుకోవచ్చు, ATM balance or as cash balance. You can, I told you, right? You can kind of keep on complexing this requirement. Now our question is till this part. Okay, now cash balance, let's say he has some 1,20,000 rupees. ATM machine contains 1,20,000 rupees only in his in this. Okay. Now this cash balance is 1,20,000 rupees and his withdrawal balance. When he is withdrawing, we need to check whether his balance is greater than or not, because we have here cash balance, right? And I have taken global cash balance. The reason I am taking it as global is, if I am taking it inside, every time user comes in, this will revert back to 1,20,000. It will always initialize itself to 1,20,000 only, right? Now for this day, I have 1,20,000 with me, right? And in withdraw, then add some condition here. If amount is greater than cash balance, then display input. Okay, just display message insufficient funds available. Please choose amount less than my cash balance. Okay. If amount is greater than cash balance, I am asking him to choose any amount less than cash balance. Okay. And what I can do it here, again, I am taking amount here. Amount is equal to input of enter withdraw. Okay. If he is entering greater than this, then we'll go inside this loop. And it is saying that my ATM contains only 1,20,000 cash, but you have entered this much amount, like greater than 1,20,000. So please choose amount less than 1,20,000. Okay. Now I have this amount again now. Let's say I have Arun here, right? And I have withdraw. And again, enter amount to withdraw, I'm giving 1,30,000. You see, insufficient funds available. Please choose amount less than 1,20,000. Okay. This is regarding machine. Okay. Now I have chosen 1,19,000. And it will fetch my money and it will just display a message and everything. So you can keep on adding real world scenarios, as many scenarios you want. Okay. Now here there is one more like angle to your question. Like let's say this is cash balance, right? If amount is greater than cash balance, and we can also define some daily limit or something. So it will keep on increasing the complexity. Or else you can go if amount greater than his current balance. Whatever balance he has in his account, if he is trying to withdraw more than that, then it shouldn't allow that. Plus, he has only 75,000 in his account, but he is trying to withdraw 1 lakh rupees. It shouldn't allow that, right? So, this insufficient balance you can give unable to dispense money because ATM don't have money more than that cash balance. Now, there is one more condition where he might be kind of where I have entered this. This should go here. Don't worry, I'll be sharing this code with you, okay? So that you can go through this. Now again, I'm checking for different condition where his the amount entered is greater than his available balance or not, okay? If it is greater than his available balance, then I'll display your account doesn't have required balance to make this transaction, okay? I'll make it transaction slash n your current balance is this thing. So what I'm doing here, if he is entering any amount which is greater than his initial balance or whatever balance he has in his account, then I'll display this message along with his balance. And I'll ask him input choice is equal to input of do you want to withdraw lesser amount? Okay. Do you want to withdraw lesser amount? इसका भी for this also we have yes or no. Choice is equal to yes. Then what we'll be doing here? We'll be taking amount again here. Amount is equal to int of input of enter amount, which needs to be returned, right? And again, after he is entering correct amount, then we'll kind of take that amount and we'll display like rest of the balance. Okay. So this is the, you can keep on increasing the requirements complexity. See, we have started with some 20 lines of code. Now it went to some almost you see now our code went to 43 lines. So if you keep on adding new requirements, you can kind of do try. How you can try this is, I'll be sharing this code file with you. So you need to enhance it in your own way. You have come up with new requirement and accordingly you have added some here. So you can think of any other requirement, any other possibilities, and you can kind of try it out on your own and check how this will be working. Okay, is that right?
Yes.
So this is how we'll be approaching at a problem. Okay, just check for the problem statement which is given for you, and what I have did now, I have just gone through the pseudo code and I have checked all the requirements. Okay, whether I'm able to complete all my requirements in my code or not, and accordingly I have completed my program. Okay, so as you have done it, you have done it using many functions, right? Let's say this particular transaction type here we are doing many steps, right? Many steps. So what you can do, you can avoid that if needed. Okay, you can display one message, withdraw, and within withdraw you can add these things. Okay, you can add these steps within withdraw. Now withdraw is my different function. Okay, and you can just call this withdraw over here. Now what it will do, the main program's code is reduced to 30 lines, and we have one more function, utility function, which will be withdraw function, where we'll be performing the cash withdrawal. Okay, this won't work as is. We need to make required changes because this should return some value and this should based on that input. We need to control the flow of this function, right? So that is kind of very complex one. We can check those things going further. Okay. So this is how you can make use of functions. Okay. So I'll be just let me do control Z. So now what I am doing over here is I'll be taking this code and I'll be sharing it with you. Okay.
In Python, is not. So you have only here you have only run the function, right? Then every time it is updated. But in Python,
No, Python, what happens? You are running file.
uh,
You are running full file, right? So it will start from beginning and it will come to end. So when it is starting at beginning, that customer dictate also, that line also will be executed. Okay. So that things we can do it in different way. We can keep those global constant information in different file and we can import it into our current file. That is a altogether different part. I'll be showing that how we can do. Because this is a toy project, right? This is our toy project. If we want to do it in real world, our data will be storing in the bank servers. Those servers will again contain databases. We'll be storing things in database and we'll be performing these queries. We'll be querying from database, and if it is withdrawal, we'll be listing that amount and we'll run a SQL query saying that update table from the database, update table, set amount is equal to this much, where customer name is equal to this much. So this will directly update the amount in our databases. server database, not in a function. Since this is a toy function, I have just given in that way. Okay.